Hello everybody and welcome to the Wonderfully Hopeless podcast. My name is Charity. It is April 16th, 2019 and it's 6:30 at night. I tried to film this yesterday and I cut off my head. Yeah, that just was the suck. So I am re-filming today. So what have I been up to? It has been a crazy busy last few weeks. So right after I talked to you the last time, went to Florida with my friend Corey, and we drove down to go see our friend Netta. So awesome road trip. Not sure if Corey thought it was awesome since we drove straight down in one day to Central Florida. That was a little cray-cray, but that's okay. So, we did that, and it was a blast. So, while in Florida, we went to the beach, and we went to knitting stores and cross-stitch stores, and we just generally hung out. And we went to the Shell Factory, which is just north of Fort Myer, where I got to pet an alligator, which was super awesome. And I mean, like, super awesome. Highlight might have been my favorite, one of my favorite parts, but we got to eat on the pier and it was just so wonderful. Really enjoyed it. Miss my friends because we've all been crazy busy. And my friend Netta sent me home a bunch of stuff, a bunch of stuff. Matter of fact, behind the camera I have piles of craft stuff and piles of craft stuff and more craft stuff. And I put some of it away and I still have piles of craft stuff. And it's probably going to sit over there in totes until I can get it organized over the summer. Because I don't have any clue to where to put it. It probably needs to go back here in the closet. But that means I got to organize the closet. And that's a whole nother task in and of itself. And I'm sorry if you can hear the bird. I really don't have an off button for the bird. So, Florida was amazing. That was a great week. I got back. My first day back at work was April 1st, which was kind of funny. And then I had a week and a half, and then I went to the National Science Teachers Association Conference in St. Louis for 4 days, which was a different kind of amazing experience. I went with two of my co-teachers. Well, they're not anyway, two of the other people in my department, and we had a great time, learned a ton, and completely reinvigorated. My bunny is currently being adorable. I'm being distracted. The bird's obnoxious, but the bunny is adorable. I gotta let her out of her cage when I'm done filming. But I can't let her out until I get done filming because I gotta pick everything up. And yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm distracted. So anyway, Science Teacher Conference was amazing. Learned a lot. Met a lot of different people. It was really interesting. So, there was that. My neighbors are playing loud music. Distractions! And my husband's banging doors. I don't know what he's doing. I'm hoping he's not letting my dog out while their neighbor's out. Focus. Anyway, so I have been incredibly busy, and this weekend is Easter, so I have Easter to get ready for, and I have a crafting problem. I have a lot of projects. I have a lot of projects I've worked on. A lot in the last few weeks. So, with that, let's get started. So I have my tablet for when I need to actually be able to tell you something about my projects. Because, yeah, I need to look it up. Alright, so I only have one cross-stitch project I've been working on. And that is my lobster, which I need to get done as a hostess gift before June. He's not looking too bad. I'm hoping to get some time on him this weekend, but I just haven't had time. I'm getting slow and steady progress. He goes along pretty quick when I get to him, but I just haven't had time since I worked on him some in Florida. I worked on him some between Florida and St. Louis, but not a lot because I was so busy and I really didn't have a lot of time. And I find that my cross stitch takes more brain space than my knitting does. I'm not sure why, but it does. Probably because I actually have to count. I don't do a ton of counting in most of my knitting projects. And when I do, those get set aside until I have brain space again. So this has been great. I try and work on him a little bit at a time, but like I said, I've been so busy, he hasn't seen a lot of time. I did take him on the trip to St. Louis, and I got a little bit done, but I need to work on him. I'd like to get the rest of this side done in this dark color so I can work on the next side. But I'm going one color at a time. So he's looking pretty awesome. And can totally get him done. I just need to get some time to work on him. And right now, I'm trying to get caught up at work from all the crazy. Plus, I have to get the final written. And there's so much work. So much work. So much. Alright. So that leaves mostly knitting and one crochet project that I've been working on. So let's start with the socks. Because I actually made progress. Alright. So, I finished the tube, have the toe on, of the first sock. And I have got a drop stitch. Let me pick that up because otherwise I will forget it and that will be a catastrophe. Alright. So I've got a good bit started. And I have PD next week. And what do I do when I'm stuck in PD all day? I knit. So, that's what I've been working on. I've been knitting. So, there's that. The other sock goes in here. So, that's been cranking right along. I'm going to finish the second tube and then I will work on the afterthought heel. So, that's what I'm doing with that. And that's just a vanilla sock recipe. Alright. I am not pulling these in any particular order. It's a stack at my feet, and I'm just pulling the next project. And because this is my second time filming the video, all my progress creepers have been moved up, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to have to remember where I was. Alright. So this is my goldfish memory. And I got a lot done on this while I was in Florida. My friend Corey brought hers that she had done to kind of get me motivated and inspired, and it worked. So, when I started over spring break, I was way down here in this section here. So I did this section, and I did this section, and I'm starting on this section. I am loving this. The yarn is by Queen City, and it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't remember what the names of the colors are. Let's see if the labels are easy to find. So, let's see. And I don't remember what's what. So we have Home Team Gray. That's the gray color. And then we have a Night to Remember. I think that's the multicolor one. I don't remember what the pink one is called. I'm looking. Passion. So, that's that. It is lovely to work on. I'm really enjoying it. And so, yeah. It's pretty amazing, and I'm using my Chaigu needles. So, there is that. So, there's that one. Next up is a new start that I started while I was in Florida and made some good progress. So, I'm going to need this label in a minute. It goes in here. I am working on the Calypso shawl. See if I can quickly find who designed it. Alright. Let's see. I have work emails. I'm ignoring those because I'm not at work. I can wait until the morning. This is what I'm telling myself, because if I don't, I check the emails. Alright, so it's a sapphire and pearls knitting pattern. Alright, so it's a super easy pattern. I am using Ba yarns on their La Joelle base, and it's Queen of Roses. So, I need to remember to put a progress keeper on it for the next time, but I have been rocking through this one pretty good. I'm on the 3rd section already, so I'm really enjoying it. It's a really easy breezy knit. I dropped a stitch Sunday night, stupidly trying to knit while I was exhausted. That was it. So I had to pick that up yesterday. And yes, I can see where I had to pick it up, because I didn't do a very good job picking it up. I still am not great at that. There's that. It's living in my Sugar Skulls bag. Alright. I don't think... Oh, well, it's my... Move that out of my way. That's not knitting. Alright. Next up, I started the Stevens West Sea Swell while I was gone. So I was very inspired by the beach. And you'll kind of see how that comes in a minute. So, I had another new start in Florida. Alright. All tangled in my... Ugh. The yarn and I are not getting along. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, I didn't get very far, but Stephen West requires brain space, so I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I would like to get some more done on it before I go to the Cape, because this would be beautiful to sit and work on the Cape while I'm staring at the ocean again. Alright, so I picked 3 colors from Ba Yarn on their New York base, and this one is Here Comes the Sun, and this so reminded me of the sand. And then next up is going to be another Ba Yarn, Light My Sapphire, and the last color is again Ba Yarn in London Blue. So reminded me of the Gulf of Mexico, which is where we were at. Oh my god, it was gorgeous. So this is the shawl I'm working on. Reminds me of my trip. It makes me so happy. Even just holding the yarn, and Ba Yarn might be my new favorite because I have a lot of it. This is my 3rd project in Ba Yarn. 3rd. I have 1 project with Leading Men. I have 3 with Ba. Yeah, I might have to say that's my new favorite, but we'll see. I do like Leading Men, but you know, this stuff is pretty amazing. Alright, and to go with the shawl, I got a beautiful shawl pin. So when I get it finished, I'll have a beautiful shawl pin. And the memories to go with it, and remembering the beach with my friends, and remembering the shopping, and just the entire time. It makes me miss my friends. But I have project. I also bought this project bag, which It is the lovely type that I can hold over my arm and knit. If I were to try that with a Stephen West, which I won't. There's that. Next up is my Harlequin. Ooh, 2 leading men projects. Okay, I feel a little bit better. Alright, so this is the Harlequin shawl. Who designed this one? I don't remember. I never remember names. Alright. Mademoiselle P. Excuse me. Alright. So this is a lovely, very simple shawl. So it's got a simple repeat, and it's supposed to be a gradient into a solid. Now, of course, you don't have to, but that's the way it was done, and the yarn was dyed for the project. I can't get my hands on that yarn because it's in France. However, I got a Razzle Dazzle from Leading Men, and then I matched up the green, and I just started, well, okay, not just, but I've started my 3rd mini skein, so I'm making pretty good progress. So there's that, and I'm just, it's not quite potato chip because I don't have the pattern memorized, and if I'm not careful, I make stupid mistakes. So yeah, and it's just a really basic pattern, but I like how it's incorporating the different colors as I go, which is kind of cool. And it's living in my strawberry shortcake bag that I got from the Silver Shed. So that's our project. Alright. This one hasn't seen as much progress because I've had so many other lovelies to start. But this is my Walk Together that I am doing for my mom for Christmas, and I am working on the applied border. So just got to keep cracking away at the applied border, but this is another one that takes brain space, and I just don't have a ton of it, but we're getting to the end of the year. Alright, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting closer to being done. Alright, next up is my, and I can't remember the name of this, so let's just go look. I'm calling it the Blood Spatter Shawl, but that's not the name of it. It is a Hohi Locatelli, and it's called Julie's Wrap. I had started this, and I ended up pulling it out when I was in Florida and restarting it, largely because my friend Corey and I were both having the same problem. We weren't loving the fabric we were getting, so we went up a needle size, and it's got a drape we like a little bit better. So basically she came up with the idea, and I went, that sounds like a good idea. So yeah, and this is lovely cashmere yarn. It's an MCN. No, it's not an MCN, it's just a cashmere merino. So this is Ba yarn in their Manhattan base, and Le Mouton Rouge is the colorway. So I'm enjoying that one quite a bit when I have time to work on it. And this one is another just easy peasy because it's just knit right now. You have a border that you, once you knit the body, then you put on a border, and then there's a picot bind off if I choose to do it, if I have enough yarn. So we'll see where we're at with that. My friend Corey is putting on beads, but I don't know that I'm feeling quite that froggy. But there's that. I need to finish something, don't I? Alright. That's crochet. We'll get there in a minute. The next project is a sweater. So my lovely friend had started this sweater. And that's not the right sweater, I don't think. one is this? This is not the one I'm working on. So she gave me a few sweaters to finish, and that's not the one I'm currently working on. So I'm not even gonna... I did that the other night. That was just a problem. I think it's in... No, it's not. It's not in that bag. It's remembering what's where. I have too many projects. Nope. Wrong sweater. Like I said, I think that's going to get declined. I need to look at that later. That's not on the video. Okay. That's right. It's in this bag. Alright. So, my lovely friend started this and realized she wasn't interested, didn't want to finish it. So she gave me some cardigans to finish because they were my size. So, this is the tea leaves cardigan. And as you can see, it's pretty close to being done. I just needed to do both sleeves and the button bands. So, I pulled out the sleeve she had partially started because she's right-handed and I'm left-handed. So I needed to kind of pull that out because it was just easier to start. So I've been working on the sleeve. Our gauge is not exactly perfect, but it's pretty close, or close-ish. So I'll have to figure it out a little bit better once I'm not on, I'm on the other parts of this, or the other sweaters, but for now, I'm okay. So I've been doing the arm, and it's kind of fun because it takes some of the stress out of sweaters because, well, I'm doing a little sweater. I'm finishing one. That makes it less stressful, right? So I've been working on that a little bit. I haven't worked on it since I went to St. Louis, but it's also 75 degrees outside right now, and I want to finish this before it's fall, but right now it's 75 degrees outside and I don't need a sweater. But I do want to get this finished because I would like to wear it in the fall because it's a gorgeous fall color and it's a worsted weight, and I'm super excited, and it has me motivated to now want to work on more sweaters. So awesome! So there's that one. Alright. The other two projects I'm going to show you tonight. One is a new start and one is crochet. So let's do the crochet first and then I'll do the new start because I just started it last night after I filmed the video and realized that I had screwed it up and I was going to have to do it again and I wasn't in a very good mood. So I am working on a poncho. And I'm just kind of going with the flow. So I loosely am basing this on the virus shawl pattern, or the virus shawl pattern, and kind of adapting it to meet my needs. So that's where I'm at right now. This is just a, you know, once in a while when I'm in the mood, and I'm loving this yarn. This is Shawl in a Ball Prism, and I have 3 skeins. I do not think I will need more than 2. So it's just a nice casual when I'm in the mood. And I like to crochet, and I like to have at least one crochet project going. So there's that one. And last but not least, in my new Because I Can science bag. So I got this at the convention. And I decided I might as well let my science geek shine when I'm knitting. This was awesome. Plus, it's big enough to hold the project. So, I bought, last fall, this Bernat velvet. And I was looking for something to do with it. So, I knew I wanted to make a blanket. That's about all I had made up my mind. But I decided to make a blanket. So, on I cast last night a whole whopping 4 stitches, and I'm using a size 10.5 needle, and I'll talk about the needles in a second. And yeah, I'm just doing like the pattern you do for Granny's Favorite Dishcloth. I'm just doing that in blanket size. And then I don't know if I'll put a ribbon through or not. Probably not, because you can't see the detail all that much. But I really was just looking for something simple. It's a really super simple pattern. And this is just a great, soft, squishy fabric. And that's all I was looking for. So I'll probably have to get a few more skeins because I have a whole whopping 3 of these. But I just wanted to use it while I had it because it's taking up a lot of room because they're big skeins. And, you know, I wanted to do it, so I did it. So, those are all my projects. And active projects that I'm currently working on. I have more, but that's what I'm working on currently. You can also see my super cool turvis that I got. I was in Florida, which has been awesome. It's not as good as the turvis cup. The turvis water bottles don't keep the ice nearly as long as the cups. However, they work really well, and it's been great. I've been drinking a ton of water for the last... Battery died. Let's just a little bit. Battery died, so I had to replace it. Alright, so haul, chat, a couple of things I wanted to talk about. So, I have a ton of craft stuff that I've added to my stash from my friend. I don't have a good way. I don't have the time right now to do haul videos. I just don't. And there's enough stuff here that would take up like 4 videos. I don't have that kind of time. So right now, my plan is just to incorporate it in my stash. And when I actually work on it, I will, you know, say this is from my stash. Because I have books up here for knitting that she gave me. I have some cross-stitch books in here. I have some more knitting books down here. I have yarn. I have a lot of yarn. I don't have that kind of time. But I am using, so I want to show it. She gave me 2 Denise needle sets. So this one and this one. I wasn't sure how I was going to like them because they're plastic. But as you might have noticed, or you might not have noticed, the blanket I just started, I pulled out one of these needles. I decided I wanted to give it a shot. And actually, I think it might work out really well because the needles aren't as slippy as my preferred metal. And that may be a really good thing with that slippy yarn. So there's that. And I can always use needles. And then I also, she also gave me some Knit Picks needles. She gave me the metal ones and the plastic acrylic ones. So I got a new case and put those in here. So these metal are not as slippy. Matter of fact, I'd almost... I'm not sure if the acrylic are slippy or as slippy or not. But I needed a case because, you know. And I actually, it turns out, having all these extra needles are coming in great because slowly but surely people are asking me to teach them to knit at work. So one of my coworkers just asked me yesterday to teach her how to knit, and I told her I'd be happy to. And I think we're going to start with a baby project and then work our way up. So I'm going to teach her how to do a baby blanket. Matter of fact, I'm going to show her the same pattern I'm using for my blanket, only in baby size. So she's going to get the yarn, and I have a whole bunch of needles at work. And so we'll get her set up with a needle and get her all set to go. So, along that lines of teaching, I'm also going to be teaching students how to cross stitch. So I have a lot of fabric from my friend, and I ordered needles online, and hopefully they get here in time because I need them soon-ish, in a couple more weeks. So really hoping the needles show up. I need to check on the status of the shipping because I ordered them from overseas. And I need to design a pattern for the kids to stitch. So I think I'm either going to do the name of the school, so just the 3 letters of the school, or I'm going to do the school mascot. Either one's relatively simple, one color, easy to do. But I need to get that ready over spring break. That's on the top of my list of priorities. But I'm kind of excited to be able to share that with kids. I just need to get that ready. So the other thing I bought, I just bought it Sunday. I got the Simply Knitting magazine, and the reason I did was I really liked the shawl up here, and then I liked some of the sweaters, and it came with this sweater here in this little booklet, and those looked really cute. And so I was like, yeah, you know, let's look, because I'm starting to get interested in sweaters. So there's that. The other thing that I wanted to show you, for those of you who like cross stitch. So I've got this thing where I try and do a souvenir now of knitting and cross stitch. Well, knitting is my C-swell. For my cross stitch, we were at the Golden Needle, and let me tell you, that cross stitch store is flipping amazing. If you're in Sarasota, no. Where is it? Port Charlotte. You have so got to check that store out. It was amazing. They had some of the most amazing worked samples. I bought a blue heron cross stitch pattern a few years ago when I was in Minnesota. I haven't stitched it because I have too many projects and I want to work down my WIPS. They had it finished. Stunning. My Mirabilia Witch that my husband bought me, no wait, mine's the fairy, but the Mirabilia Witches, they had all of those done as a quilt. Oh my god. Amazing. Customer service, top notch. Cannot say enough about the Golden Needle. So go check them out if you're around. Alright, so while I was there, I got the Serenity Prayer by Erica Michaels. It had the look I was going for, which I've been having difficulty finding. The only problem was I bought it with 40 counts, or with, I think it comes with the silk gauze. Let's just look. I can't be on here all day. I'm on my second camera battery, so we're gonna hurry up and look. Oh, good. I don't think I wasted money on silk gauze, which was really bumming me out because I was like, I'm not gonna, oh no, I got silk gauze. I'm not stitching on that. It's not happening. 1, I want the prayer to be bigger than that. 2, I want to be able to see when I'm done. So, no. I'll have to give the silk gauze to somebody who can actually see it and is crazy, because I'm not that crazy. No. No, 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 no. I will do it probably on 28 count or 32 count, maybe. Something like that. But I got that. I need to put that up at some point. For now, it's going to go there. And the last thing I got was the actual souvenir. And so I got the Florida sampler. Gee, I wonder why. And to go with the little Florida sampler, I got an alligator needle winder. So, super cool. Don't know when I'm going to get to start it, but it will remind me of Florida when I get around to it. And I have the needle. So there's that. So, that is the crafting related. So crazy. So in other news, I got a lot of information while I was at the conference for going back to school to get my master's. So that is something I'll be looking into, hopefully as well, over the weekend, and seeing what I need to do to get signed up, because I'd like to get that going. And life just can't get much... No, I'm not going to say that, because it will. So life is crazy. I am stupid busy. I have more crafting than I know what to do with. I have more crafting stuff than I know what to do with. I don't know where to put anything. My bird is driving me nuts because they're squawking right now. My neighbor is driving me nuts because they're playing loud music, and that's annoying because I have to close my window because they're being rude. I can hear the music with my window closed. It's so annoying. And I'm so not going to focus because I have a ton of beautiful yarn and I'm going to focus on that and not worry about it. And I'm not going to worry about the bird. Yeah. So, I hope everybody else is having a great crafty day. And continue to have great crafting days. And I will talk to you all later. Bye now.